What's up, what's up, what's up? Wow, this is really close in my face. I have never done a vertical live on here before. So we are going to be doing a first impression on the Patrick Ta Major Dimension eyeshadow in Deep. If you are strictly here for the eyeshadow demo, I will be sure to I hope and pray. I left the timestamp down below, so therefore you can skip past all the stuff in the beginning. Always like to wait a few minutes to let some people roll in before I start doing the eyeshadow demo. But since no one is here yet, I am just gonna do like a little light face makeup until we get some more people in, and then we'll jump into the demo. So you got the option, girl. Do what you do. Is anybody, hold on, how do I see... Where is my chat? Like, where's the chat box at? Is that it? Nope, that's not it. I don't know what any of these icons are. Let me just click around here and see. What's this? A 49-second short was uploaded to your channel as unlisted. Nope, don't want that. Whatever, okay, I guess if someone leaves. Oh, okay, there it is, boom. Hi, how are you, Sensei? Merry Christmas. I've never done a vertical live on YouTube before, so we're testing it out. Hello, hello, come on in. Happy Friday, y'all. Everyone have a Merry Christmas. I really honestly didn't think that anybody would be up here because, you know, it's the holidays, but I am committed to the content. I am committed to 2026, getting back on my beauty grind. I'm not going to let the past disappointments and failures stop me from doing what my heart desires, because my heart turned cold. I want to be a beauty educator. I am a beauty educator. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do beauty education. But I've got this eyeshadow palette. I'm obsessed with Patrick Ta, first of all. He's one of my favorite makeup artists. And I own a lot. Oh my God, thank you. I appreciate it. Because today was like, it's just... I feel like I look like a rat. I was just talking to Marilla and I was like, I need to do something. I feel unwell. I don't feel like my hair is kept. It's been a time. However, I appreciate that comment more than ever because wasn't feeling like we was together today. But this is what we're going to be diving in. Okay. So my eyeshadow lately, like my eyeshadow game, I've always been an eyeshadow girly, right? Oh, you're sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. However, the past year, I have not been doing eyeshadow like that. But if I do eyeshadow, it is a matte eye look always. That's just what does it for me. I was going back and forth between if I was going to get this first or the Natasha Denona. I'm still getting Miss Denona because I'm a Denona fan. However, I just think this is right up my alley right now. So that's what we're going to play with. We're going to play with this. Y'all mind if I put some like other makeup on my face real quick? Hopefully nobody's in a rush. Take your time. What's the rush? I also got some of my other Patrick Ta products that I love. This blush right here. She knows who she is. This is a gorgeous blush. If you have not used this blush, sweetheart, what are you doing? What are you doing? I probably need to add... Are y'all still here? I'm going to try to add all the products down below when I'm done so that way people can just, you know, jump in. But love this. She knows who she is. And then I also, mine is a mess. This contour bronzer situation bangs. So we're going to play. We're going to play today. I said in one of my videos, all the makeup that I use is just in this little Fenty bag. And it ain't much, but it's honest, okay? Because I have been doing the same looks. But first things first here, I'm going to jump into this palette here. And I am, where are my brushes? Do I have a brush for this? Hold on, y'all, because I don't even have the proper tool to use that. Un momento. I thought I was together, but maybe not. Where did all those brushes go? This one will work. I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever brush for this. Yeah, and that's what I always tell my clients, right? Like, you don't have to be like a makeup savant. However, you need to have your signature go-to look no matter what, you know, because especially, like, let's keep it a buck. Most people aren't going to be hiring a makeup artist every single time. Do y'all see this color? And so I'm using my Makeup Forever flat foundation brush, which this is a OG staple brush. I absolutely love it. And I'm just pressing it into my skin. You're probably thinking, Amber, you didn't put any foundation on. I haven't worn foundation in God knows how long. This is how I do my makeup. So I am a bronzer girl, but this shade, I'm in the shade She's Chiseled. The one that's deeper than this is a little too deep for me. It's too cool tone, which is a good thing. However, I prefer to look a little bit warmer, but also like touching back on what I was saying earlier, like as we progress in life, our makeup style changes, right? We're supposed to grow. So I've been creating beauty content on YouTube for 11 years. I am 37 years old now. I'm not that same girl. So of course, as you grow over time, your style changes, you know, like maybe your skin might change, whatever the case may be. But I feel that my face, I just got to a point one day where I was like, you know what? I feel like my face looks better, my skin looks better when I don't wear foundation. Now, I'm not against it. Absolutely not. That's just how I do things on a regular basis. But anywho, let me get on this forehead up here because, you know, I think I'm just going to say that I got a big forehead, which means the Lord blessed me with a lot of wisdom. That's what we're going to say, okay? But do you notice how I'm taking the product and I am pressing it in? And it's very it's very creamy. Like if I wanted to use my finger to apply, I could. But the reason why I'm pressing in, especially if you do have on any sort of foundation, I'll see some people, they put it on and they swipe, and they're like, oh, I can't see it. It's like, well, first of all, you're disturbing your foundation that's underneath there and you're just wiping the product away, right? So regardless of what you're putting on your face, whether it be on your eyes, cheekbones, whatever the case may be, baby, press that in, all right? Press that in. And I also like this shade because sometimes like we can go a little crazy, right? And if you are heavy-handed or if you can be heavy-handed, if it is deeper, then you don't really have much wiggle room, right? So I don't ever want anything to be so deep to the point that it is just harder for me to blend out, because that can happen. Okay, how do I... Hold on, y'all. I gotta block and report and remove some nonsense. I'm not used to this. Keeps the blotches smooth. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. Weird. It's so interesting to me, like these random bots or whatever the case may be, because I have a good eye as far as like, I know who the girls are and who the girls aren't. So when I see these random names and they leaving crazy comments, I'm like, do what now? That's odd. But anywho, I don't even know if Makeup Forever still makes this foundation brush. Like, I'm scared to death that Makeup Forever is about to be another one of those like OG brands that is no longer with us. Just hold your finger on it. Thank you, Sensei, my manager, my future manager. I'm gonna speak into existence. All right, so that's that. Next up, I am going to go in with this cream blush, Just a Tish, because she is extremely pigmented. And fun fact, so one of my favorite brushes to use is this e.l.f. brush. I got a lot of these. It is their angled blush brush. Now, here's the thing. I don't know. This was really hard for me to find at one point. So if you could find it, they have a different one. I think the other one maybe has a silver handle. That's not the correct one. Full black brush, bristles. I love this for cream and powder products. I love the fan thick brushes. It helps with smoother strokes. Yes, 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 absolutely. Yes, the e.l.f. blushes. Now this is super pigmented, so I am gonna tap off a little on the back of my hand. And then I just like to find the apples of my cheeks and blend it out. And then whatever residue is left, I'll take it over here. So that way I can furthermore blend this out. Now it's tricky because it looks crazy right now, right? But trust me, I'm gonna fix it. But when it comes to blush, everyone's blush placement's going to be a little bit different, right? So it's going to be per your face. Like I always tell my client, we have to respect your face and what you have going on. You know what I mean? Like some people don't want their blush going too far back. Some people only want it on the apples. Some people like it under the eyes. Not my vibe. I don't like that. However, you do you. And the reason why I do my cream products first, so like bronzer, contour if that's your game, because of bone structure. Correct. Hey Chai, what's up? What's up? What's up? I like to do my cream products first because I can tend to be a little heavy-handed sometimes and messy. But then after that, I'm going to show y'all how I correct it. This is also how I do it when I'm working on clients as well. Merry Christmas. Okay. So we have our Patrick Ta bronzer. We have our blush. Now we're going to go in with my favorite concealer of life. All right. Yeah, and I feel like the cream, it looks so natural. And I don't mean natural. Like I'm not one of those girls who's like, I don't want to look like I have makeup on. Sweetheart, if I put this on, I want you to know I put this on. You feel me? Like I'm not that girl at all. Like I'm not too prideful. Like, oh, makeup to makeup. No, 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 no. Like I like makeup, all right? But I don't like the makeup to look like it's sitting on the skin. You feel me? Like you want it to be sunken into the skin. But I need a new one of these. I'll go get a new one of these tomorrow because she is done. This is P8. One thing I will say about these concealers, I haven't quite figured out her shade system yet. And y'all know, like I'm a hair colorist, makeup artist, like color theory is my thing. And I really get frustrated when brands try to break theory and break science and come up with their own color theory. It's kind of the same thing like with MAC and their whole NW and NC. None of that has ever made sense to me. I'm like, why can't we just follow the normal color wheel? Like that's why I appreciate brands like Estee Lauder. What's your shade? 6. So on the level, like 1 being the lightest, I believe it goes to 9 being the deepest. Okay, so 6. And then I get a W because I have warm skin tone. N, neutral. C, cool. That makes sense. But when they do these weird things, I'm like, what is that? That doesn't make any sense. But anywho. All right, so concealer. This is super duper pigmented. Super duper pigmented. So I'm going here and notice how I'm not like drawing triangles under my eyes, y'all, is because again, we got to respect the face. Okay, we're respecting our face, and too much of a good thing is too much. I like to put it where I need it. And then especially if we got dry under eyes, or maybe if we have some fine lines, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're old for the earth. It's sometimes people's eye structure is just their eye structure, right? And then I'm gonna do what I call my eye lift. This is a technique I do on my clients as well. So I take the concealer over here and I just put it going out. So it just lifts the eye a little bit. And I'm just following my natural eye shape. And then I'm also going to put concealer on my eyelid because I can't tell you the last time I have used eyeshadow primer. I just use concealer, same thing on my clients as well. And so now I'm gonna start highlighting my face. And I'm going to go down the center of my nose, just a little, and then here, just to bring structure. I don't do my makeup in a way that I change my bone structure. I don't have no problems with my bone structure. This is the bone structure the Lord gave me. We are just enhancing what he gave us. Amen? Amen. All right, now I'm going to take my favorite brush for setting the under eyes, the Real Techniques brush. Clutch. I got about 1 million of these, okay? So now I'm going to just press this in. You see how far that goes? And so now I'm going to start blending it down. And when I pull it out, that residue is going to tap right on over my blush and bronzer. So now do you see how it just blends in? So if you got a little messy or if you went too high, it's okay. It's all good, all right? And so same thing over here. Now I'm just gonna press this in where my eye lift is, just to lift my eyes a little bit. And I'm just gonna blend this on my eyelids. The reason why I love concealer on the eyelids, it's because like if you have discoloration on your eyes, like can you just see how bright and awake I am? If you wanted to, hey Lori, if you wanted to, you could just put some setting powder on that and you're good to go. You don't even gotta do nothing else if you don't want to, right? But so we've done the eye lift, we've pushed this in, and then whatever the residue is, I'm just tapping that right on over that blush and bronzer because I went a little crazy. And voila, look at that. Do y'all do you see? Like, come on. Come on. So good. So, so good. And then pro tip, if I'm working with more mature skin, I'll blend it out with one of these. And then I will just push it in like that. And this is helpful too, just simply because if you do have more mature skin, fine lines, this is gonna push it in, but it'll pick up a little bit of residue as well, because sometimes we get creasing just simply because it's too much product. And so it just loaded up under the eye. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna come over here, do the same thing, push in, focusing on that inner corner, because most of us, that's where our darkness is. Our inner corner is here. That's why I never understood why people would always bring it so far down. But also you have to keep in mind too, just your face structure. Like let's say if you have a longer face and then you're bringing this so far down, guess what? You're elongating the face even more. So that's why you gotta respect your own face, all right? And that's why it's important for me, especially when I do like demos or tutorials, I always talk about, you know, respecting the face and what is your bone structure doing, because I always use my best friend, for example. My best friend, Lauren, she does not have a big forehead. She has a short forehead, right? And so I always tell her, sis, there's no need for you to contour your forehead because your hairline gonna be sitting on your brows. It's gonna look crazy. Or for her, she has very, very small eyelids, right? She has hooded eyes as well. So therefore I can't do her eyeshadow the same way that I do mine. So helping her and teaching her how to do her makeup, then that has been a trip as well. All right, so now whatever is left over, I'm just tapping over that blush and bronzer that maybe got a little bit out of control. And boom. You see it? You see it? And don't worry, we're gonna clean up under there as well. All right, so for me, I don't go crazy with this because we got a lot of real estate, okay? So I don't need to be like highlighting all the way up here. All right, this is just for structure, cohesiveness, and just, you know, a little extra va-va-voom, all right? Okay, now I am going to just tap just to make sure I was talking too much. Tapping in, because if you leave it on for too long, gotta catch it because it might start to shift on you a little bit. My favorite powder, and it makes me sick to my soul that I love this powder so much. I'm gonna be testing out the new Huda Beauty Easy Bake Press Powder because y'all know I'm a pressed powder queen. This is Givenchy. Sickening to my soul how much I love it, but it's so good. It's so good. I love, woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Like if I'm going out, yeah. This is that powder that when we going out, and I am setting my eyelids as well. So now I have a nice cohesive, clean slate for our eyeshadow. All right, over here. And like, again, this Real Techniques powder brush, I'm gonna make sure at the end of this, I hope I remember to go through and add the product. So that way, if anyone's like popping in late or getting the replay. Hello? Like, does that not look good? That looks good. Then I'm just gonna go down the center. Turn this down a little bit. Yeah. That looks great. Oh, hold on, y'all. I missed some comments. I just been yapping away. Oh, glad you're enjoying the pro tips. Yes, structure is everything. YouTube's doing me dirty. I didn't get a notification that you were live. I have the bell on my phone. I hate that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. And it's so weird to me because I feel like my people don't get notifications. Like, I wonder if it's because I just haven't been consistent. I don't know. But it's so funny how my people don't get notifications, but the first people that are in are always like these random Joe Blow bots. I'm like, so how are they finding me? But my people who are actually subscribed with bells on can't find me. Annoying. Oh, you got it, son. You are an artist, okay? You're a makeup artist. You can do a little Spider-Man Hello Kitty moment. All right, cool. Now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do for the rest of my face, okay? And it's super, super simple. Sephora Micro Smooth. Alrighty. All right, girls. Turn this back up so I can see. Sephora Micro Smooth. Shade 58. Discontinued. Absolutely sick about it. I'm going to take this. Then I'm going to take this powder puff, okay? Now, with me, I am an oily skin girl, no matter how cold it is, oily. And I have always known that powders always look better on me. So this isn't like a old school MAC Studio Fix powder, which I am still, that's going to be one of our main missions for 2026 is to find a new powder foundation because I don't know, I don't really like the Fenty anymore. Or maybe mine was just old. I don't know. It could be that mine was just old, but I was using the Fenty and I just wasn't crazy about it anymore. Obviously, MAC powder, I did a whole video on that. The shades are not the same. So when I do want a little bit more coverage, I would use a powder, but I don't have that. But anywho, so here, I'm just going to go like this, right? Y'all know the name of the game. So notice how I am finding my earlobe. Again, this is per my bone structure. All right. And you see how we just did a little snatcheroo there. And then I'm just going to press this the rest of the face. Now I understand this is not ideal for everybody, right? Some people just want more coverage and that is okay. That's all right. That's all right. You got to do you. All right. Same thing in here. So everything is fixable. If you mess up. Okay. Can we talk about that, tribe? Because listen, so me and my homegirl, Tanika, we've been talking about some things. Okay. T. Pat McGrath about to go out of business. I'm not saying she's going out of business, but when Pat McGrath, when I saw that she was the creative director for Louis Vuitton Beauty, I said, nope, conflict of interest. Absolutely not. You know, she's in the bin. That's what me and my friend Tanika call it. She's in the bin because she lives in New York City. She's a makeup artist out there. And she went into Nordstrom. She went into Macy's and all of her things were just popping up. Y'all know when the brand stuff is popping up in like a Nordstrom rack or, you know, just you start to see the discount, something's up. And also Pat McGrath, she's doing like her America's Next Top Model version of the next best makeup artist, which I think is dope and fly. But it's just weird to me that how it kind of seems like nobody's saying anything where, yeah, you don't owe anybody anything, but at the same time, it's like, yo, like, I feel like it's weird. It's like we should hear it from the horse's mouth first and not just start to see your stuff pop up in random places at a discounted price. Anywho, I think Fenty is going to be out the door. This is a conversation that me and my friend have been talking about as well. I feel like, okay, we're all grown here. I know we're all basically millennials here, so this is a safe space. I feel like Sephora is now turning into a place where it is Gen Z. And I feel like a lot of our OG makeup brands are being phased out. But I also kind of feel like Sephora might be where brands they go and they end up dying. I don't know. Like, I think Pat McGrath should have took the Victoria Beckham route. Victoria Beckham made it very clear who her clientele was. Victoria Beckham ain't in Sephora. She ain't in Ulta. high class dollar, okay? You got to get her from Neiman's. You feel me? Neiman's, Nordstrom, like the department store. There was an article about Pat McGrath. Okay, Lori, I wonder if that's the same article that my friend and I saw. You know, so I feel like Pat McGrath, if she would have went that route, like Victoria Beckham, I think that would have been better for her. But at the same time, Pat McGrath, like she's just in her own spectrum, right? Because she's high fashion. And that's the other thing too. Her demographic, like I don't want to say her demographic. Her style was never for the masses. It has always been high fashion. So when she first came out, me as a makeup artist, like I understood that, but I was just so curious about, okay, how is this going to translate over to the general public? Because your makeup is literally for models. Now, don't get it twisted. That concealer, that's a good concealer. However, yeah. And so now when I see like my OG brands like Makeup Forever, I start to question, are they going to last anymore? Or OG brands like Smashbox, MAC, don't even want to talk about MAC anymore because I don't know. I feel like everyone has been rooting for MAC and they just kind of, But my friend Sneeka also made a good point too. It's like Sephora, sometimes it's not even a fun shopping experience because like all the products are all gross. And I know when I worked there for a hot second, like the little kids come in there and they touching all over stuff. And I'm like, first of all, my mama wouldn't let me do that. My mama would not let me do that. So grab your babies. But at the same time, it's not giving looks anymore. It's just different. It's just different. Again, I don't have anything against Sephora. I will still continue to shop in Sephora, but I can't sit here and act like it ain't the same. That is the same because it's not. It's a totally different experience. And it's also not me being like an old dog not wanting to learn a new trick because no, I also understand that for us who are, millennials or the upper millennials, like it is wise to keep your head, keep one ear to the streets to see what's going on, regardless of your hobby, your industry, whatever the case may be, because there are a lot of cool, new, innovative things. And you want to be, you know what I mean? You want to be up to par, but listen, when I'm shopping in Sephora and I'm trying to get my skincare, I don't need 8-year-olds in my way. Because why are you in skincare? Why are you even in here? There is nothing in Sephora that a 8-year-old needs. There's just not. Now, I could understand like tweens being in Ulta. That makes sense because Ulta is like the mega, right? They have drugstore products. They have, affordable like Maybelline, NYX, and things of that nature. So that makes sense to me, right? They have nail polish, like all these different things, but I never understood it. Never understood it, babes. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into like a rant. Like Mary Kay, yep. I went to Sephora a few weeks ago and these Gen Alpha girls had no idea that Rihanna was a singer and not just a makeup brand founder. Blessed. Wow. I feel like Ulta points are better. I agree. I do believe Ulta points are better. That's why people upset about Pat Foundation. They said, yes, you do. Absolutely. You have to have perfect skin. That's why when that foundation came out, I don't have perfect skin. Okay, my skin's not terrible, but I don't have perfect skin. And I also have oily skin, but it makes sense. Understand what she does. That would be like, I can't think of an analogy right now, but she works on models. Models have perfect skin. Models, like, I've worked New York Fashion Week, so I understand they don't want these girls caked up. Like models and high fashion makeup is not the same as our everyday makeup. It's not the same as makeup for me, movies, TV, bridal, special occasion. It's totally different. It's way more minimal. That's why her makeup was made that way. You better know it. I'm 52. We didn't let our children run around like that. Listen, my mama didn't even have to reach out and touch me. My mama just gave me the look, okay? If I have to say your name one time, it's not, don't make me say your name one more time. It's not, I'm going to start counting. No, my mom looked at me, all right? And when she looked at me, I took my little narrow behind right on over to where she was, and I stayed there. Our skin changes every 5 years, so the makeup must be ready. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But anywho, it's just been it's interesting to see. It is interesting to see. All right, so I'm just taking this puff now, y'all, and I am just pressing this. Gonna take my Real Techniques powder brush as well. Yeah, because there won't no calling my name 5 times. My mama standing at the end of the aisle counting to 5. She ain't doing that. She gonna reach out and touch me. Fun fact, my mom only spanked me once in my life, and it was because I lied. I think I was about maybe like 4 or 5 years old. It worked because I'm not a liar. And I knew that lady was crazy. Love Pat. She started to cater to the masses. Yep, grew too fast. I heard someone saw Pat in CVS. Ooh, child. CVS. Okay, y'all are hype. Listen, thank you for affirming me with my hair, because right before I was going live, I was talking to my husband. I was like, it's not a good hair day. I feel like my hair looks ugly. I don't like it. So thank you. Thank you, thank you. CVS is nuts. Dang. Because that's the thing, like, it's hard. And I can only imagine, like, I don't know all the ins and outs of like the cosmetic business. Like I know some things, but obviously I'm more versed on the other side from an artistry standpoint, right? But also, I am not trying to preach, but what good is it to gain the whole world if you lose your soul? You know, you got to stand 10 toes down. And what happens is, Biggie said it best, more money, more problems. These brands get in and they start to lose their passion, and then their integrity goes out the window because it just starts focusing on money, money, money. And here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with growing, but not at the extent of losing your soul. Don't get distracted. As someone who has been highly distracted by all these other things and life change, like I get it. But the fact of the matter is, you got to touch grass, and you got to remember, who are my day ones, right? Which is why I am back in here right now, because I had to have a moment, like the Lord had to shake me up. And was it Revelation 2, where he says, go back to your first love. Obviously, it's not in the context of this, but the context of it is basically go back to your first love when you just had all the zeal and the passion for the Lord. That hit me hard. That convicted me. And I was like, you know what? I have been distracted. I've been confused. The enemy has plagued my mind with all these different things, and I've gotten off track and my heart's turned cold. But what happens is, these brands, they get in here, they get going, and they see money, 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 and they lose the plot. And when they lose the plot, and when you're trying to cater to everybody, that's when things go left. If you were for everybody, you were for nobody. Anywho. Hi, Rocket. Oh, thank you, thank you. You're going to love your... Oh, thanks, child. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Amen. Got to stay grounded. You got to stay grounded. Got to. Because let me tell you something. When you don't stay grounded, you're going to get got. Okay? You'll get snatched back up again. Fleeting fantasies will always pull you from your gifts. Period. Every single time, like clockwork. Every single time. All right. Anywho. Let's end that sermon there. Sorry, y'all. I get passionate about that stuff. Okay, so now, yeah, you'll fall for anything. Anything. I'm going to go in with the powder. I don't know why I don't have a towel in here. Carry on. Thank you. And so now I'm just going to reinforce here. Black beauty brand owners. Goal is to scale to sell to their large corps. Yep, Tabitha and others have said it. We suffer because the formulas change. Yes, absolutely. And y'all, listen, I have been watching the stuff in real time and learning, because of course, like, again, I have my own passions and desires and some things, and that is something that I am noticing a lot too. These Black businesses, you know, what happens is, Just that. Tabitha Brown said it. Just, I don't want to say sell out because that can sound kind of harsh and that's not my heart's posture. But for me, when I have my brand, I want to make sure that I maintain my humility, my character, but I also want to make sure that I am focusing on my people. Because yes, you want to make money, but that's not going to ultimately achieve happiness. It's not going to make you whole. I love the game. I love products. I love creating. I love educating. That's the thing that keeps me going, right? But when you start letting money be your number one over all those other things, that's what got dicey. It's like, here's the thing. You can still be a successful brand and not be in Sephora. You can still be, what's that one girl in the UK? Oh my gosh, what's her name? Tisha Cosmetics. I can't think of it. She's a smaller brand, and she's in the UK. All her products are online. Like, something that I am noticing is when brands get into stores, that is a turning point. That is when they die. So for me personally, what I have learned is LYS. Yes, another one. If I were to ever have my own brand, do not go into a department store. Keep it small. I don't need to have this big multi-million business. I don't need to be in Forbes. Like, were these things that I wanted before? Yeah. But when the Lord grabs you and he starts to show you your ways and your hearts and all the things, like, you know what? There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with having a brand that you can sustain. Your customers are happy. And because here's the other thing too. This is just stuff that I have learned from managing cosmetics counters and working at Sephora's. I ain't nobody's puppet. That was my biggest issue, especially when I was managing counters at Macy's. Baby, I'm gonna ask questions. If it don't make sense, I'm gonna ask it, right? Because I'm thinking about from a makeup artist perspective, then I'm also thinking about from customers' perspective. So when you're telling me to do things and it doesn't make sense, sell this product, I'm not gonna ever sell a product to someone if it's not for them. That is stupid. I don't care about your numbers and your quotas. The lack thereof integrity. Why am I going to tell her to get this product when I know she doesn't need it, just so therefore at the end of the month you can hit your numbers, but guess what? All they're going to do is return it and then your numbers are going to be skewed, and so now you have more returns and you actually did sell product. Like, I can't do it. There's just a lot of things that go on in the background that AP can't get down with. So, because I was a girl that was always asking questions. I know my store manager at one point, she was like, Amber, please. I'm like, no, because y'all always asking the questions and I ain't scared. What's good? Got me bent. Where is... Ah, there she goes. The black dollar is long and strong so you can be successful catering to 100%. 100%. Because my thing is just kind of like, it's impossible to cater everybody. It's just kind of like, I rock with who rock with me, period. It's that simple. Like, I don't need to reach out and try to be for the women in the Upper East Side. First of all, that's not even my vibe. I'm a Black Southern girly, okay? So therefore, me, how I do makeup, my style, I'm going to appeal to a very particular type of woman, and that is a-okay. There is nothing wrong with that. All right, so now, sorry, y'all. They just get greedy. They get greedy, then they get got, and they end up in the bin or at CVS. And that's that. Like, one brand that was so sad for me, Amy Cole, when she went out of business, that was sad. Because I remember her gondola when I worked at Sephora. It was a cute little gondola, and she had some cute little products there too. I don't mean little. I apologize. I did not mean to say that in a minimizing way. That wasn't my intent at all. 99-cent bin. Brands who have solid, yes, sold, yep, Mielle, Shea Moisture. For the formula changes every single time, and I hate when the formula changes and then they try to gaslight us like ain't nothing happened. Like, we've been using this for how many years, and now you want to sit up here and tell us that it's the same? No, because what they do is they change the ingredients to something that is cheaper, okay? Cheaper, lower quality, And then they try to bump the price up because it's all about the dollar. Yep. Like my dad said, the worst thing to business is a non-repeat customer, period. End up with formulas that don't work. End up with formulas that are compromising people's hair. It's just, yeah. It's a whole thing, man. It is a whole thing. It's just a lack thereof integrity. That's what it boils down to. Because that's the other thing too, like with these brands, just kind of like, I guess, again, yes, be comfortable, generational wealth, like, you know, put your money into things. But I'm like, how much money do you need? Like, you need that much money that you got to rip folks off? Alrighty. All right, so we did a little bit more bronzer, and I'm going to do just the tiniest bit more of this, because it is, the way that Patrick Ta does it is nuts. He does it backwards. So he does the powder, and then he does the cream on top of that. That's just a little bit too much for me. I tried it, and I was like, oh, yep, not my ministry. I can't do that. But one of my favorite things to do, because I love a good monochromatic look, so I will put this on my eyes. I'll do that for y'all one day. So it's on my cheeks and on my eyes, and it just looks sickening. Okay, we're 41 minutes in, and we still have not started the eye look. Let me write that down right now. Timestamp 41. So when I go back to my description, all right. So I already know this formula is amazing. I have 2 Patrick Ta palettes. They're absolutely insane. Let's get into it. I always appreciate makeup artist brands just simply because they know they're in the field, tried and tested. I'm always going to trust a makeup artist before I trust a celebrity. That's just how I am. And it's so interesting because when Fenty first came out, I wasn't on the bandwagon, and everyone's like, oh, Rihanna. And I said, if it was not Rihanna, y'all wouldn't care. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, yes, use your celebrity to do all the things, but I don't know, it's just always weird to me because like when celebrities come out with makeup brands, it'd be one thing, hello, how are you? It'd be one thing if you were a celebrity and you were actually a makeup girly where we would see you doing your makeup. Then I wouldn't, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. It would make sense. But like, for example, Venus, Serena Williams, first of all, I don't even want to talk about how she gets her makeup done because as a whole, like it's not the makeup artist. The makeup artist is a freaking amazing, but I'm not going to get into that because that's a whole other topic for another day. But when have I ever seen her do makeup? I'm like, girl, why didn't you come out with your own tennis activewear? Like, make it make sense. Like, the things have to be cohesive with who you are. It's random. Yes, most of my favorite brands are makeup artist brands. Yes. Is that charcoal gray in the bottom corner? No, it's black. No, it is very black. All right, so let me get my Wayne Goss brush and let's, of course, I'm going to go with this. What shade is this? Does it say? Okay, so the shades don't have names. All right, that's okay. That's okay. So I'm going to go in with this. I already know this formula's clutch. All right, so, oh yeah. Let me bring y'all in my pores. That's the thing about being vertical. I can like really bring you in. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. She's pigmented. Wish I could have background music on, but you know YouTube ain't going for that. I've not ever used Patrick Ta Sans Serif. Oh, my good sis. Patrick Ta is, yeah, amazing. Amazing. Been sitting in my car forever. I still haven't checked. Yeah. This was a Christmas present to myself. I was going to get that palette, but I chose Indies Dramatic. I'm going to get that one next month. Because there are things that I want, but I don't want to have a bunch of things. I just want to make sure that, you know, I'm using all my stuff. And then lucky for me, well, I don't know if I should say lucky for me, a lot of my things are just old. Like eyeshadows that I've had for such a long time. It takes a long time for eyeshadows to, you know what I mean, expire. But you know, like when you put it on and you blend and it just turns into puff nothingness, yeah. I tried one thing but wasn't a fan. Oh, understandable. Everything ain't for everybody. Yeah, the blend, like, I don't have to work for it. It's drop dead gorgeous. I know it is. I'm on it, sis. I promise. Yeah, this is effortless. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's go. Where do I want to go? I'm going to take this darker shade here. What am I going to do? I'm going to build this up a little bit. Why not? Oh, whoa. Okay. That was darker than I anticipated it being. Wow. All right. Well, that changed the whole trajectory of the look. Was not expecting that. It is a very, very deep plum. Deep. Was not expecting it to look like that. But one thing I don't like by Patrick Ta, I don't like those, the two shadows with the glitter. I don't like glitter. So for me, I was like, nah, because I tested it out when we got them at the store when I worked at Sephora. And then when I went and bought this, I went and swatched it just in case to see if maybe my mind changed. My mind didn't change. I don't like that. My mind did not change. They just sent a new code. If you want the link, let me know. Always. Amber, which brush are you using? This is a Wayne Goss brush, and it's number 19. That's what I always use, Wayne Goss brushes on myself. I use Wayne Goss and Sonia G because they were gifted to me, and they are amazing. I would never use these on clients just simply because, y'all, when I be working, things get lost. My last work trip was 2 weeks ago. I don't know what happened this go around, y'all. When I tell you, like, 3 of my foundations exploded, it's just been sitting on the corner of my room because I'm just so disgusted. I'm so upset about it. I really need to clean it. I'm going to end up throwing it away because it's just so frustrating. But, you know, I like shimmer versus chunky glitter. Yes, I love shimmer. I can't do chunky, though. I cannot do the chunky. No chunky. So that means this black is going to be very pigmented. Hold on. I want to warm this up just a little bit more because that was just a little bit deeper than what I had expected. So I'm going to take, I have mini Wayne Goss brushes. They are great for hooded eyes. Okay, noted. I'm going to take this black because I already know this is about to be next level. Yeah. When you can use a black eyeshadow as liner, that's how you know. I haven't dipped in again. That was just one little rub-a-dub. Yeah. This, wow. And it's not gray. It is blackety black, like me. Like I'm black, like black. Wow. Okay. What a formula. What a formula. And it does not have crazy fallout either, which is amazing. Like, it low-key reminds me of Natasha Denona's Spot in Biba. That's my favorite black. And also, I don't do a wing liner, but if I do a wing liner, I do it with black eyeshadow. It's doable. Oh yeah, I'm winging with that, yeah. You showing out today. Thank you. Yeah, I love this. Looks, yeah. It's a look. It's a look, sis. It's a look. Man, I need a lash for this. This looks sick. And I am making sure I tap off, of course, beforehand. And this brush that I'm using, so tight about it, because it's one of those where I was like, oh yeah, I need another one. I need to get more for my stash, and I never get more. It's a Morphe brush. Oh, and it's, because Morphe brushes are not the same anymore. I was kind of like bopping around online on Ulta before I started the live. And I have some of their newer brushes in my kit and they're good, but this is just like a tapered skinny flat brush because I have them in my kit as well. So I guess I got to find something else that's comparable to this. So it's not an eyeliner brush. It's just like a flat shader brush, but this is what I use for shadow on myself and on clients when I want to wing it out. And then also, whenever I am working on a more mature woman, if I want to do an eye lift or do like a subtle wing, I use eyeshadow because it's softer, right? It is way softer and it just looks better. Like, y'all know me, I'm not a fan of that harsh line look. That's just my vibe. I prefer for things just to be a little bit more softer, subtle. I think it's classy. I think it's like sexy too, you know what I mean? Like it's giving a little bit. It's giving. You know what I mean? Oh, then I need to figure out a cutesy little, ooh, I do have an idea for my New Year's Eve look because that's my wedding anniversary. Yeah, I'm into this. What y'all think? I'm into it. I'm into it. Do I have a flat brush? Okay. Now I'm going to take this shade right here and I'm just going to brighten the lid just a tish, and I might have to go over again with my liner, but that is okay. Oh yes. What time is it? 8:15? Lo and I might need to go outside. I have a party to go to tomorrow. Maybe I'll do my makeup live tomorrow too, because we have a party to go to. One of my clients, it's her mom's 69th birthday party, and we're gonna go. So I might do my makeup live tomorrow night. Oh yeah, I just thought about it. So this is a palette I bought last year, and of course, bad, shame on me. I never really used it like that, but I'm thinking the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Moonlight because I'm really digging this right here. Oops. But I don't know. Can y'all see that? And so I like Makeup by Mario's like shimmers because they're not obnoxious. What outfit colors? That's a fantastic question. Let me get back to you on that. I don't know. I gotta figure that one out. I gotta figure that out. I'll report back. Yeah. Okay. This is gorgeous. So I am, whoa. Do you see this pigmentation? Do you see this pigmentation on here? It is really hot in my room right now. I feel like I'm sweating. I don't know. I am, in fact, sweating. Oh, yes. Don't ever let anyone tell you that matte looks aren't a vibe. Matte looks are such a vibe. I'm just blending. Blend, blend, blend. Now I am going to go back in with a little bit of my black liner. And I like to keep it thin because sometimes, like, especially if you have smaller set eyes, again, respect the face, respect the eye. If you go too thick with that liner and you got small eyes, it is going to shrink your eye and you're going to look like you have a black eye. That's not the move. Rocket, my child, can I help you? I think I want to go in. Yeah. Now it's giving like that fox eye look. I love, 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 love it down, love it down, love it down. You want to go back out? All right, you know the deal. We ain't gonna be coming in and out the door. Come on. Thank you so much. We go through this every single time. Y'all are used to it. It's so cute. Yes. Okay. So, if I was going somewhere, I would legit put a lash on. 100%. I can't get over this black. I can't get over that. That is wild to me. This palette, yes. It's a yes. I will be keeping this. She will be going into my bag for everyday use because that's something else that I am wanting to do now going into 2026. I just feel so much better when I wake up, get myself together. I'm gonna get myself together girly. I guess I'm old school, okay? I'm old school. Like, I don't like to be walking around just, you know, in a moo-moo all day long. You know, there's a time and place. Like, I feel better, I feel productive when I get up. And I'm not saying you gotta do like full glam, but for me, like, you know, do a little something, fill in my brows, throw on a little shadow, you know, all the things. I really want to put a lip color on with this. I want to get my Fenty lip gloss out of my purse, which I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to hook my brows up. Let's just go. Let's just go all the way in. Here are my brows. Fill in my brows a little bit more. Because 2026, you know, something I'm gotta go into 26 like, yeah, I am exactly who I think I am. You feel me? That's the type of energy we got to be on. Full send. No more holding back. I'm exactly who I think I am, which is a child of God, which also means we got to come correct, you know? I'll throw bronzer on the lids. That's always my favorite. That is always, especially when I'm working out of town, like if I'm at a show. So whenever I'm doing stage glam, because I get it, you know, the girls, they are so sweet and I'm grateful for them for, you know, letting me be a part of their day and, you know, funding my business or whatnot. But they always want to take pictures of me, right? And so I learned that, no, I don't want to do my makeup at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I got caught one time looking crazy in a photo and she posted it. I was like, absolutely not. So I always wake up in the morning, I put some mascara on, I'll put some brows brows. I'll fill my brows in, put a little bronzer in my lid on my cheeks, and then I'll put the Sephora Micro Smooth on under my eyes. So that way I'm not caught out here on the gram looking crazy, because no, it took me one time for that to happen. I was like, nope, pull yourself together, man. Pull it. Pull it, pull it, pull it. It's like, I care. I care. That's my brand. That's my image. And like, and just who wants to be out here looking crazy? You feel me? I don't want to be out here looking crazy. Talking about something, I'm a beauty professional, but yeah, I look like a troll who lived under the bridge. Like, no, 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 no. Because like, I have this joke, like, the best hairstylists tend to be the ones whose hair isn't done and they look like they just rolled out of bed and came to work. I don't know why it is. I've been in the beauty industry for 13 years and the best hairstylists always look like that. I don't get it. Now, that's not how I built my business. I figured out in beauty school because a lady, I'll never forget, I was in my station cleaning up. I think it was like day 2 of me being on the floor. So when you're in beauty school, you have a certain amount of services you have to do on your mannequins, and then you have a certain amount of services that you have to do on a live client. So I was on the floor on live clients, right? And now I didn't realize it because I was so naive, but a lot of the girls were just nice, nasty to me. And it was because like, oh, you think you're better. You think you're better. I'm like, no, it's because I'd always come to school. My hair was always done. It was curled. I had makeup on. Like, I was ready to roll. Okay. And then I heard one lady talking to the reception. She said, no, I want that girl over there to do my hair. And she was like, oh, well, she's got a client. She can't do it right now. And they were going back and forth. Somehow I ended up getting the lady. And she sits down in my chair and she goes, the reason why I want you to do my hair is because you look the best out of everybody in here. So that means if you look good, you're going to make me look good. I clocked that. And I held on to that the entire time. I'm my own walking advertisement. I'm a beauty professional. Like, are you going to go to a toothless dentist? Probably not. Wouldn't recommend it. And again, some people will say, oh, well, that's judgy. That's judgy. No, the Lord gave us wisdom and discernment for a reason. I'm not going to go to a toothless dentist. Same thing with a personal trainer. You don't got to be jacked or a bodybuilder, but if you can see that the personal trainer is visibly obese, are you going to go with that personal trainer? Probably not. Probably not. That's not judgment. That's using your discernment. So yeah, I said all that to say, just making sure, like, even on days when I'm, you know, just home, I don't have too much going on, just taking the time to pull myself together, because the psychology behind that, right? And then I've always been a believer that as a daughter of God, you know, we're representing him and we are to walk in excellence, okay? We supposed to look excellent. That's just how I feel about it. It's like, I'm representing him, so I can't be out here looking crazy. You feel me? Can't be looking crazy. Y'all, if I had a lily lash right now, let me tell you something. It would be on my eyes so fast. And I'd be like, Lo, put some gel in your hair, honey. We going outside. I'm crazy. Ah. Okay. I want to go get, can't take care of my teeth when they skipped up. I'm going to go get my lip liner and my gloss out of my purse. Give me 1 second. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so here's the thing. This is discontinued, but it is my absolute favorite. This liner isn't. So this is by Fenty, traced out. I can't remember going back to Fenty going out of business. Was it an article that my friend or something or a video. I can't remember, but that's the word on the street. Oh, okay. I was frozen for a second. I didn't know what happened. Oh, okay. I was frozen for a second. I didn't know what happened. But what I was saying was going back to the, oop, hold on. I need a tissue. Going back to Fenty potentially going out of business, like I hope not, because she's been able to build a massive brand, but at the same time, it just goes to show that maybe her heart wasn't really in it and it was just something to do, you know? And I don't know, man, there's so much emotion that goes into it because I get it. Some people do things just simply for business. But I guess my thought process is, well, if that's the case, if you just want to like have a business venture, especially when it comes to beauty, don't put your face on it. Don't put your name on it. Just be in the background. However, like I said earlier, we all know Fenty wouldn't be what Fenty is if it wasn't for her face. But I also said when I was out, it was like my last week at Sephora, I thought it was so weird. Like, how do we have a whole section of Fenty skin, makeup, hair care, but yet she is also the face for a Dior fragrance and she has her own fragrance as well? That doesn't make any sense to me. Like, to me, that's a conflict of interest. I heard the financiers are backing out. Oh, I feel the brand is changing, not necessarily out of business. Very true. Again, these are just my thoughts. I don't know. And but again, it's just kind of like when you get something that frustrated me when I was a counter manager at Macy's was, I'll just straight up say it. How am I going to sit here and take direction from these old white men who are not working in the field? They're not down here. They're not engaging with the customers. Y'all don't really know what these people want. You're just up there pushing paper and crunching numbers, but you're not in the field listening to the folks, right? That's what happens. We get these big high ups, you know, and they start making decisions, and then the brand just goes to crap, essentially. Yeah. Definitely changing. Like I said, like once you start getting all these cooks in there and they're just more so money focused, things change. And it's just not the same anymore. It's just not the same, you know? But I also feel like, you know, when a owner truly, really does care, especially like we all know Rihanna's not hurting for money. Like we know that. But when the person truly does care and they're invested in it, they gonna do what they gotta do to make sure that things, you know, stay afloat. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. Traced out is going on the lips. That's it. You gotta do what you call it in. And that is something that I was in church. I believe it was last month. And I had made like a funny Instagram post about it, about my toxic church trait. And I am an auditory learner. I have musical background. I can't sing, but I can carry a tune. I know if I'm flat. I know if I'm sharp. I played the saxophone for 3.5 years. Y'all know my mom's a DJ. My mom was in the marching band, like all the things. We're musically inclined people, right? I was in school for audio engineering for a little bit. And there's this one person, God bless their soul, on the praise and worship team. And I got my eyes closed. I'm worshiping. But they kept missing the note. They kept missing the note. And, you know, she's known for smelling good. Sorry, I just saw Lori's comment. So perfume and body care, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. And that's the thing. Listen, things change. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just speculating. But anywho, the person, like the note, they just kept, it was not easy on the ears. And I was like, Amber, stop. Like, he's praising the Lord to the best of his ability. I don't understand who said yes, put him on the praise and worship team, give him a mic and turn it on, but whatever, that's what they did. And then I just opened my eyes. I sing and write music. You can definitely feel the miss. Yes. And so I opened my eyes and I just said, man, he's not strong enough to carry this song. He's not graced for this. And then the Holy Spirit instantly hit me and said, and that is exactly what you look like and what you sound like when you are out here doing things that you are not graced to do. You were not called to do that. So it sounds a mess. Drop the mic. Please drop the mic. Yeah. In other news, y'all, I am on winter break from school, and I'm so grateful. I finished my 3rd term. Y'all know I'm back in school, and I have really talked about doing things that you're graced to do. I didn't understand it, and I've been thinking about quitting because I'm like, Lord, I'm tired, but it's just so funny how all things work together for the good, because now I'm finding like I found my space in it, you know, because yes, still a beauty girl, all the things, but being able to, I've been counseling some people, and I realized the thing it's that I've been helping a lot of people, right, is just with their body image, which makes so much sense, right, from being a beauty professional, fitness professional. So that has been very fulfilling. So being able to use all of that, again, nothing is wasted, using everything together, doing what God called you to do. He will always use somebody. Always. And this gloss is my favorite gloss. I'm mad. I should have got a lot. But this was Cherry Amour. You just wait. You just wait for this. I'm a gloss girl. Never been a liquid lipstick girl. Looks great on me. I don't like the discomfort of liquid lipsticks. I don't like that liquid lipsticks aren't easy to apply, because y'all know with liquid lipsticks, in order to reapply them, you gotta take that bad boy all the way off, because if you try to layer on top of it, it gets crusty, you get butthole mouth, like it's a whole thing. It's not cute. So I'm a liner and gloss girl all day, every day. Did you hear about Pat McGrath selling off her company assets by? Yep, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah, we were talking about that. I'm obsessed. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, so much. So cute. So cutie. Okay, so Roundup for the eyes. This, if you just want a very simple, easy going matte eyeshadow look, this is insanely good. The quality, the depth, like he did his thing with that. Did his thing. Absolutely love it. Oh yeah, sorry. I said butthole mouth. You know what I'm talking about. It gets crusty. I should be laughing, but your straight up comments have me rolling. But it's the only, I guess some would say that's vulgar. I'm not trying to be vulgar, but it is the proper description. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Don't like it at all. She's cute. Thank you, guys. I love it so much. I love it so much. It looks so cute. I really wish I had somewhere to go. I really do. I really do. Here is, oh yeah, and then I can show you all the other ones if you're curious. This one, oh, this is the one that I use for work. This is not my personal one. She is used and abused, so that is why she looks crazy. I feel everyone got a sense of humor. Yeah, I do. I have a sense of humor for sure. I appreciate you. I really do. This is work palette. Not sure why it's in my, oh, I probably got it confused. That's why. With this one. Oh. Hold on. Okay. So that's the one I wanted to add to my collection. It's gorgeous. I've done so many eye looks on clients with that one. This one's mine. This is my personal one. This one is Major Dimension. I think this is the first one. And then he does have a big one like this. That's all matte, but I never got that one. I thought I had it, but I didn't have it. This shade, okay, so this is called Cherry Amour. Don't be mad at me. It's limited edition. It's limited edition. But when I was up there looking at some stuff, let's see who like really is like a legit OG girl. Does anybody remember this palette? This is ABH Prism. Does anybody remember this? Like, this is like the good old days. The good old days. So good. Like, wow. And then just, okay, I'm bored. It's Friday. I have nothing to do. Let's chat. Y'all, the look is over. I'm just here yapping now, thinking about stuff. So, apparently, I've just been scrolling on the tubes, and people are saying that, I remember, but don't, yeah. People are saying that influencers are out of touch. They're so out of touch. And of course, y'all know they're talking about Jaclyn Hill. It's Jaclyn Hill, like I guess my thing is Jaclyn Hill don't bother me because I don't take her serious. and I do not mean that to be a prick, but I just really do not take her serious. So therefore, I am not bothered by anything that that girl says or does, because it's clear that she don't know if she coming or going. And I guess maybe it's when, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm almost 40. Like, that's my excuse for everything. It's like, nope, I'm almost 40. But I think it's because legit I am almost 40. I'm just kind of like, y'all, this is child's play. Like, y'all don't have the good discernment to see that this girl, she just out here frolicking. She don't know, right? And I'm just kind of like, she's living on a cloud. Bless her heart. So when people be getting so mad at her, I'm just kind of like, y'all, really? Like, like, there's so much other stuff, so many other things. Girl, I don't watch her. Yeah, I stopped watching her years ago, and I grew out of her. And here's the other thing too, like, I am never ever upset at someone building, elevating, having a better life. Like, I'm never upset about that. You know what I mean? And sometimes, like, for some people, I do feel like, oh, it's giving hater, because I think a lot of the issue is a lot of people don't like the fact that they see influencers making money because they feel like, oh, well, you're not working hard, because hard work. And I think it's just a mindset, how we've been trained, like, oh no, you have to go to school, get a 4-year, then you got to climb the corporate ladder, you got to do this, you got to do that, and then maybe you can make some money. And it's just kind of like, that's some people's trajectory, yes, but then in others, like, I think some people really just do get upset that influencers can get up here and just turn the camera on and do their makeup and make money, but not understanding that this is a whole production. This is not, it's not an easy thing to do, and there's so much other stuff that goes into it. But as you get older, that term will suffice. Jaclyn Hill, she loaded her trash on her elevator. Yeah, and she just, like, to me, I think the reason why I don't pay her any mind is because she's immature. She's very juvenile still, you know what I mean? She does not strike me as someone who is in their mid-30s. I think she might be like 33, 34, but she's very immature and very juvenile. That's why I don't take anything serious, because she acts like a child. So I'm just kind of like, y'all gotta stop getting bent out of shape about things and folks that just that just don't matter. But, you know, I don't know. I saw that topic a lot of people saying that influencers are out of touch, and it's just kind of like, some are, but then I think for me it's because I have serviced so many wealthy women, and I'm not saying that as a flex. It's just the demographic where I have worked in and grew my beauty business. They were in wealthy areas, like especially like when I was at the Blowout Bar. It's like it's women who live on a lake, and these women are just 50 plus wealthy women that don't have anything to do, and they say things and I'm like, do you have a brain, ma'am? But again, some people would think, oh, they're so out of touch, and it's like they just living on a whole nother planet. and I'm never upset about it. I'm just kind of like, you know what, you stay over there, you come in, I'm gonna do your hair and leave. It takes bravery and love to do what you do. I appreciate it. And like, it's so interesting because I've never considered myself as an influencer. I've just considered myself more so a beauty professional that loves beauty, and I love help more than anything. I love helping people with their beauty. So helping them with their hair, their skincare, their makeup. That's more my thing, because I used to get irritated if someone would call me an influencer, but then I realized he was like, oh, you have a little bit of arrogance in you. You think you're better because you are a licensed professional, and that's not cool. And so I had to flush that out my heart and repent, because that's not cool. You know, it's like they are still a part of the beauty industry as well. It's just a different type of job. Sorry, it's not a different type of job. Like, it's still within the industry, but it's just a different niche of the industry. Because that's the thing with the beauty industry, there are so many things that you can do. So that's what I always tell, like, there's one makeup artist that I'm helping, I'm mentoring her and just helping her like get herself on her feet with her business, giving her tips on how she can just do better makeup, and, you know, helping her organize the back end of things. But there's so many, I was telling her there are so many different things that you can do. Like, you don't have to just work at Sephora. Like, experiment. You can be a bridal hair and makeup artist. You can just do hair. You can just do makeup. You can do fashion. You can do runway. I got into doing hair and makeup for bodybuilding competitions. You can do social media. There's so many things that you can do within it. And we have to stop judging people because in your mind you have arrogance and pride, or you think that what you do is standard because you have license. Y'all, I know plenty of folks that's been licensed longer than I've been alive, and I would never let them touch my hair. I would never let them touch my hair. So true. It is hating and projecting, or followers feel they made influencers. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I'm just kind of like, the influencer got to this point because of their followers. I feel like it's more so hating more than anything, because I'm the type of person where I get inspired by that. Whenever I see people who have made it or have built brands or done something and is within the realm of what I want to do, that for me is a living and walking testimony that it's possible. And when I see that, it lets me know, okay, it can be done, work. Because again, we are to share our testimony. That's how I look at it. I don't ever look at it as hating. I tried to follow Jacqueline and was disappointed. She closed her makeup brand for the second time. Yeah. When I used to love watching her content, used to love watching her. And then, like I said, for me, it started to get very juvenile. And I'm also the kind of person too, it's kind of like, I always give people grace, because what we have to keep in mind too, like what we see on the internet is just what we see. Like, despite of how we might feel about these people, they're still God's children. They still have souls. And I think sometimes too, what happens is, like, when you start talking influencers on that big scope, like, they literally live under a microscope. So if they just sneeze wrong, it's a problem. So I always try to have that side of grace as well. It's like, hey, this is a person. And also, you know, I think about it this way. For me, like, what if me processing and going through things and figuring out things on full blast like that? Like, think about that. Like, think about some of the hardest times of your life when you were just messy or trying to figure it out or making mistakes. Like, we didn't have the whole world watching us mess up, right? So I also try to have a little grace in that area. But also I'm the kind of person too, like if I don't like something, I just don't tune in. Like I don't need to go make a whole bunch of noise about it. Just keep it pushing. Just keep it pushing, you know. Everything ain't for everybody. They've clearly never met us. Michelle Wang has grown in status as well. That's what a true influencer is. The algorithm is 100% biased. And y'all, that was one of my biggest struggles as well. Like I talked about it. Y'all have seen my process. Like I've been very transparent just with some of the things I've gone through. Of course, I don't share everything because the internet don't need to know all your business. But for me, like I was telling Murillo, because one thing about my husband is he has always been so, when I first started my channel back in 2014, the reason why I started was because he bought me a camera, and he has believed in me since day one, and he has been honestly helping me for the past 2 weeks just get myself back on my feet with producing content. He's like, okay, like how much money do you need? Is there a product you want to review? And I appreciate him for just believing in me, because like I told him, I said, it's really hard when you love something. And I started questioning myself. I was like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe my content's not good enough. Maybe no one cares. But it's hard when you've been on this platform for 11 years and you truly love it. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to grow. And I just said to him, I said, don't you think it's odd that I've been on here for 11 years? This is the first year that I haven't been consistent, but still just consistently showing up. And I'm still under 10K subscribers, and it's not about the numbers and the vanity metrics, but it just got hard for me because when you are knowledgeable, when you do a good job and you're giving it, you're always showing up, you're consistent, and then you see people, now this is my flesh talking, okay? This is my flesh. You see people, they get up here, they post trash, and they're already at 500,000. It's kind of like, what gives? But I know what gives. What does the Bible say? The first will be last and the last will be first. The first will be last and the last will be first. And that's what I have to tell myself, And again, it's kind of that same thing, like shut all that noise out of your mind. You keep doing you keep serving your people, because also something that I felt convicted about was the Lord got on me and said, okay, you want to grow, which there's nothing wrong with that, but you're not stewarding the people you do have properly, because you've given up. You've let defeat and discourage just make you want to quit altogether. And that's like, no, you can't do that. Steward the people that you have. Show up for the people that you have, and God's going to make a way. He'll turn it around. Guess what? It might not be his portion for me to ever reach 10K. All right, cool. It might not be his portion for me to either reach 20 or 500, whatever the case may be, but I finally got to a point to where I no longer care about that, and I had to get back to my first love, which was beauty, doing it for the love of it, doing it because I love to genuinely help and serve others. So it's just so easy. It's hard. It's so hard because the algorithm 100% is biased. And my friend, she was telling me, she said, Amber, there are just some things that are harsh truths. And this was one of those harsh truths that I really started paying attention to in probably like 2017, 2018. Like it's all based off of how you look, which I get. I am in two of the most vain industries, beauty and fitness, right? And so I obviously understand that girls that look a particular way on this platform, they are always going to get pushed out more. I'm not that girl. Like I'm not an it girl. Like I said it before, that's okay. Like when I think of it girls, I think of girls like Aaliyah's face. You know what I mean? Like girls like that. I love her content. I love her, but I don't look like that. Like I'm not a girl who's wearing the bust down wigs. I have no problems with bust down wigs. I love styling a bust down wig, okay? That's not me, I'm a tall, 5'8" black woman with muscles and short, curly, natural, coily, kinky hair. That is not the algorithm's favorite. Okay, that's not the algorithm's favorite. And I'm okay with that. It is what it is. But is that the reason why I should let that stop me from showing up? No. Do I have to turn off the negative thoughts and just deny my flesh and not just say screw it and give up? No, just fix your mind on things that are praiseworthy. That's been my verse this week. Fix my mind on things that are praiseworthy, that are lovely, and not the negative things. I think influencer is one who influences purchases, trends, moods, vibes, and lifestyles. Yeah, absolutely. Both can be true. She does seem to be a little scatterbrained. She's so scatterbrained. Black beauty influencers have a smaller audience because makeup wasn't something we all grew up wearing versus other races. Yep, I agree. Teamwork makes the dream work, and Black folks are reluctant to support, subscribe, share, or purchase through the links to help. Chai, let's Chai now. You talking? You saying the message is some? You know, that was one of the hardest things, especially working in salon. You know, where with some of my Black, when I would get new Black clients, because my clientele's demographic is diverse, and whenever I'd get Black clients, it would always frustrate me sometimes because, like, y'all, I'm a colorist. That was my bread and butter. That's what I'm skilled in. That's what I'm well versed in. Color, healthy hair, natural hair. That's my vibe. And to get nickeled and dimed, and I would get so frustrated. And I would talk to my best friend Lauren about it. I said, it's so frustrating to me, like my Black clients, when it comes to color, like they don't understand, like this is a skill. Like this is something that I have worked hard on, I'm educated on, but they would nickel and dime me to the bone. But then my white clients just come on in there, get their full foil and their haircut, you know, $285, boom, walk out the door, like not think anything about it. I'm just kind of like, why are some of our people like this? It's so frustrating to me. It's just like, you want to nickel and dime me for a service, because the thing about it is, not only am I going to do a good job, but I'm going to keep your hair healthy and I ain't going to fry it. But yet we'll go stand in line for a pair of Jordans, and it's the same Jordan that's been released longer than I've been alive. Like, make it make sense, man. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I know you will reach the numbers. I appreciate y'all. It's not. The first will be made wise, and the weakest will fall first. Yes. What was the last? No, how hard that is to fall. You're beautifully and wonderfully made. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, thank you. It's sad but true. Want the best but give people less than they deserve. Yeah, like it was so difficult for me. It was just like, yo, just click the link, watch the video, hit the like, tip the sister. You know, and that's the other thing too, because even when I was in salon, I made sure to maintain my integrity. So I was never the one who would nickel and dime my clients to death. I just couldn't do that. Obviously things change, and when products go up or when booth rent goes up, I do have to raise the price, but I was not to the point where I was nickeling and diming my clients. I always had the mindset of, I'm not going to charge my clients something that I wouldn't pay. I wouldn't do that, but it was just became very frustrating the way that people would want to nickel and dime you. There is a real conversation needed about colorism and hair texture preference in the Black community. That's why I don't believe it's the algorithm's fault. It's just pushing people what they watch. And here's the thing. This is so true, because what a lot of people don't understand is your algorithm is a reflection of you, because I've tested it out on my Instagram. So I went to my Explorer page, right? And I've got my algorithm down to where now it basically shows me like workout stuff and journaling, because my hobby, I'm part of the journaling community, okay? I love it. I love it, love it, love it. That's been something that has helped me so much with my mental health, my Bible reading, my faith, and journaling. And so that's all my algorithm shows me. And so you train it to show you what you want to see. So if you keep watching the same type of thing and the same type of person, that's what the algorithm is going to show you, you know? And unfortunately, women that look like me, that's just not the top notch for the algorithm. So for other Black women who do want to see women that look like them, who look like me, who look like Lori, who look like Sunsere, they have to actively go out and search it, and you got to find them, and you have to go and you got to start liking a bunch of them in order for them to show up, because it just takes longer for them to populate in the algorithm, which is annoying. It's frustrating, but respect for business will always prevail. Absolutely. This is the word, acknowledge, but we We'll keep pushing. You got to, yeah. And so that's why in one of my videos, I had to stop. I just had to stop ruminating on it and just like, God's the algorithm. God's the algorithm. He is going to push the videos out to the people who need it. And that's that. I just got to make sure that my heart's posture is in the right place, because it was not in the right place, which is why I had to get up here and say, hey, channel's got to change, because I'm not like, I'm not well right now. And I had to work those things out. But it's just, if anything, it makes me have tough skin. That's it. I don't get notifications, nor do I see small beauty channels, although I watch them and like them. And I do, yes, two things can be true. Because even for me now, I'm intentional about finding Black beauty influencers or Black beauty content on YouTube. And man, you got to search it. You've got to search it. And I don't understand why YouTube is like, they tell people to, you know, turn the notifications on. But if you're not going to notify the people, I mean, this is something that I've known for a minute from business, but I think honestly, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to just have like a subscribe to my newsletter. So that way, like, I can push it out myself, which is the best business practice anyway, because if YouTube were like, I don't own this content that's on YouTube. I don't own it, okay? So if YouTube was to shut down tomorrow, or if they were to take my channel down, all of y'all would be gone and I would no longer have access to you. So that's something I need to make a note of, that. Just get you on my newsletter, and not to spam you, not to sell you, but just so that way I can let you know, hey, I got a video out. If you want to watch it, cool. If not, no big deal. Let me put that on my note. News, letter, email. Because you can't bank on them to do it for you, because it's set. It is, two things can be true. There is obviously a certain aesthetic and look that is always going to get pushed, but also on the back end of that, you got to make sure you do your due diligence. So it's just kind of like, I mean, you know, the name of the game, you know, being a Black girl, you got to work a little bit harder. That was one thing when I started off in my first salon. It was myself and another girl. We were friends, acquaintances. We were about the same age. She was a white girl, but you know, she could mess up. She messed up a lot, and she had a lot of issues. I'm talking mental issues, drug use, coming in, work late, looking a hot mess, all the things. She could get away with that. I knew I could never get away with that. So it wasn't enough for me. Like, I knew when I started working there at what, 22, 23 years old, I knew that I can't be on time. I got to be early. And thankfully, that's something that my grandfather instilled in me. So if my client is at 10 o'clock, I need to be there at 9:15. I don't ever have no client waiting on me to walk in. Like, if my client is there, you're not going to catch me walking in with Starbucks in my hand, scrambling. Like, no. I'm already there. I get there at 9:15. I got a moment to set up my station, get myself organized for the day, get all my things. Client walks in, boom, baby, get your butt in the seat. Let's do your hair, okay? But I knew that because of the demographic and the area that I worked in, I wasn't going to be afforded any leniency. I knew I had to be 10 steps ahead. I knew I had to work very, very hard. One of the things that frustrated me the most when I was there, and I love each and every woman that worked there. I missed that place with my heart and soul. Is no longer open, but I knew in order, gotta know your battle so you can win the war. That's it. I knew in order for me to fight, have a fighting chance, it wasn't enough for me to just know how to do Black hair. That's why I know how to do everybody's hair. So for me, I learned how to do everybody's hair. So therefore, no matter who walked in the door, no matter their skin tone, I could do their makeup. No matter their hair, it could be bone straight, 2 strands. It could be thick 4C down to the butt. I could do it all. That was my superpower. That was how I built my business, because I understood, hey kid, In order for you to stand a chance, just what you gotta do. Was it frustrating? Yes. Did I come home some days talking to Murillo, just saying, I'm over here like working my butt off to the brim? And I'm not saying that these other ladies aren't working their butt offs, because they were, but I just understood that, why do I have to know how to do everything, but they don't know how to do don't have to know how to do everything? And it would frustrate me where I'd be working if a client came in and they didn't know how to service them. Oh, Amber can do it. Amber can do it. And it's like, yeah, Amber can do it, but why can't you do it? Why can't you do it? Because guess what? The same way that I blow out a white girl with curly hair is the same way I blow out a black woman with curly natural hair. Ain't nothing different. So that was a huge discrepancy that I was just frustrated with in the salon. It's like, how come y'all don't have to know how to do everything, but I gotta know how to do everything? But to God be the glory. That's my superpower. Hey, Em and Auntie here. Based on all the stuff that 25 brought it's best to think as if a platform could dissolve overnight. The newsletter would be good. Continue pushing on. Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate that. Get ready to stay ready. Amen. I didn't get the notification that you were live up until you were off. Yes, you told me that the last time. That's so frustrating, because when you got the notification, the live was way over. Way over. We're just yapping. I did the demo. If you want to go back and watch the eye demo, it started at 41 minutes. And I did it for the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette, which it's gorgeous. Look at this wing liner with eyeshadow. Amazing. But yeah, so I'm not accustomed to working hard. It just became hard when you realize you are working hard, working overtime, and you're not really seeing the fruits of your labor that you desire. But yet, it seems other folks ain't working nearly as hard, and it's just, you know. However, we don't give up. We keep it pushing, because all things work together for the good, and the Lord ain't gonna start a good work in you and not finish it. Amen. Amen. So, well, I got y'all here. Like, what kind of, so I've made my content list for 2026. I have some ideas. And what do y'all want to see? Because I just want to make sure, again, going back to being a good steward, that's the other thing too that I've had to learn about being a content creator up here, is like, yes, in order for me to just maintain my creativity, I definitely have to share things that I want to share, right? But what is it that y'all want to see? And I know a lot of y'all are sweet and you're like, oh, it doesn't matter, we'll watch whatever, which I appreciate. But if there is something specific that you would like to see, let me know, because it makes it easier for me, and that's what it's for. On Threads, I'm seeing a lot of women ask for makeup beginners, friendly tutorials. And you as an artist, I think that would be great for you to do. Okay, so let's look, because it's the girls that are here, right? Anyone that's here right now, like, we're girls, okay? We're family. I have been sitting on an idea for about 2 years now, and because, you know what, I think it's so funny how the Lord does things. So I'm not working in salon right now. I don't have any travel coming up. I'm not working in retail. I am just school, and I have the opportunity to create content right now, right? I'm like, Lord, you're going to provide. I don't know. Like, I do freelance jobs. I'll do DoorDash. Like, listen, I'll do whatever it is. But an idea that I've been sitting on was, I've always wanted to kind of have like my online beauty school. So I was like, maybe I'll start Amber P Beauty School, and I'll just do all of my tutorials for beginners, just everything, breaking it down, showing it. I can do stuff on models, different eye shapes, skin tones. That's something I've been sitting on for about 2 years. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe the Lord has just opened up this time and opportunity and pruned me and stripped everything away from me for me to just get in there and focus in on that. I enjoy your content, bodybuilding, testimony, makeup lives. I love it. Thank you, Chai. Mysterious Ways is such as MO. For real. Skincare. Yeah, I got a winter skincare coming up for sure. Winter skincare coming up. I could tell y'all. Where's my planner? Yeah, I have a lot of beginner stuff for sure. And like when it comes to product reviews, you know, it's like a lot of stuff just ain't been hitting. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because if something really is grabbing my attention, I got no problems trying. Like, that's why I got the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette. Oh, the lip combo is Fenty Beauty liner traced out in browned out, but the gloss is limited edition. It was Cherry Amour. You could get a similar look if you use Fenty Heat. That one just doesn't have any shimmer in it. This has a little reflective, but it'll be a similar look to it if you do it with that one. I think people don't realize how much skincare plays a part into makeup. You definitely can't just put makeup on your face and I think it's gonna look great. Yeah, so that's why whenever clients book with me, I started doing this, I wanna say 2019, when I was doing bridal. And I would get brides on the day of their wedding and their brows weren't groomed, their face is peeling. And it just made me realize, okay, I need to tell people how to prep themselves, because people expect the makeup artist to come in and turn tricks. I'm like, girlfriend, this is a brush. This ain't nobody's knife. Like, I can't cut and make things happen. And so whenever a bride or whenever girls book Stage Glam with me, they get an email and I have everything broken down. How to prep your hair if I'm doing your hair, how to prep your skin, groom your brows, exfoliate your face, microblading, like do all the things, because people don't understand that your makeup is only going to look as good as your skin, period. If your skin's got something funky going on, like that was my biggest issue and why I despise doing makeup at the blowout bar, was just simply because, first of all, the products, we're not even gonna talk about that. I'm not even gonna talk about that. But these people would come in and their skin, I'm like, I ain't never worked with this many dry skinned human beings in my life. Like, what y'all doing over here at the lake? Because your skin is as dry as the Sahara Desert. And so it's like, and then you got a nerve to want me to put matte full coverage foundation on you. Excuse me, it's giving Crackle Bar. What are we thinking about right now? Like, no ma'am. And then the brushes weren't good brushes, so I'm putting the foundation on because the skin is dry and now the brush is exfoliating. It was just a mess. It was just not good. So yes, absolutely, skincare is queen. Workouts too via Zoom, pay per workout or membership, okay? That sounds great. If you could do makeup on other women and discuss product recommendations for mature, dry skin, oily skin, absolutely. So something that I've also was thinking about doing too, because I love doing makeup lessons. That's my favorite thing to do. And so I thought about having someone come bring their makeup and I teach them how to do their makeup and you guys watch, because I think there's so much power in that, because it's like, it's a 2-for-1. So I'm teaching the person and the viewer is also learning at the same time. And I do think there's also power in seeing someone else's face that's not mine, you know? So you can see a different bone structure. You can see a different skin type, a different eye shape. All of that stuff matters. Thank you so much for your testimony. You talked one day about keeping your eyes on God and he spoke to me through your through your video. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Listen, God, when you have a true encounter with God, ooh, don't cry. When you have a true encounter with God, it changes you and you will never be the same. You won't see things the same. You won't act the same. It's like, yeah. Monroe still has a lady who made her home workouts for a fee via Zoom. Interesting. Yeah, because I mean, that's my thing. Like, I just want to make sure that I'm using all of my knowledge and gifting. So, you know, Bible, beauty, bodybuilding. I realize like I've niched myself to that and that's a good thing. And all of them work together and flow beautifully. And so like realistically, like if I had like my own like mega house, that's what it would be, because all of them just flow together. I see you doing natural facial wraps, etc. as a dermatologist. Knowledge. Oh, I'm not a derm. That would be pretty cool though. I gotta stay in my scope of practice. I have skincare knowledge, but I'm not a dermatologist. On the wellness tip, could you help workout novices to transform their bodies? Have you thought about live workouts with a monthly subscription? So I've been sitting on this whole monthly subscription thing, and it has been, I don't know, it's been torturing me a little bit. I've been having a hard time, and this is something that I have been working on too, just my mindset around money. So I've just been learning a lot in the background, like understanding why certain things happened in my salon and why I had failures. And it was just simply because due to business illiteracy and financial illiteracy. And so what I've been learning in the background is not just business literacy, but biblical business principles. And that has opened my eyes up so much. And the first stop is obviously working on your mindset with money. And I just feel like, oh my gosh, no, I can't charge people for that. I can't charge people for that. However, a subscription service is what I have been thinking about. So I was thinking, okay, so for my followers who, want the whole wellness tip, right? So maybe you want specific workouts or nutrition or beauty. I don't know. I really don't know how to pull it together. So this is a great conversation to have with y'all, but that is something that I have been thinking of doing a subscription. I know YouTube has like a members area, but it was just that breaking that mindset of, hey, Amber, it's okay to charge. You're not ripping people off. You were knowledgeable. So thank you for saying that, because that was confirmation. I need to hear that. So maybe it'll be more so wellness based. That's what I'm thinking. Workout novices, because I do have some other videos I'm going to be doing too, because I think the biggest issue when it comes to working out is that women don't know what to do. And what happens is you don't know what to do, you're scared to ask for help, and then you turn into cardio bunnies, and then you get discouraged and you never go back. And understanding that you need to split your workouts up in a specific way is game changing. And because when you understand, okay, I need to split my workouts up, but go into the gym with a plan. If you just go in there with no plan, sweetheart, you are going to be a wreck and you're going to feel so discouraged. Go in there, know what body part you're working out, and know what movements you're doing. You're a beginner, 4 movements, okay? 4 movements is what you need to be doing. And don't be a punk. All right, now this is the bodybuilder, pro bodybuilder coming out of me. Don't be a punk. Don't cheat yourself. Try, okay? What you got to understand is you are way stronger than what you realize. And this is something that I still have to tell myself, like 7 years in as a pro bodybuilder, I'm stronger than I realize. Us women, our threshold for pain is absolutely insane. We were literally made for pain, okay? We can handle pain pretty well. So go in there, know what you're working, dedicate 4 movements, 3 by 15, and get yourself up out the gym and be consistent. Because what happens is a lot of people, whenever, especially like with these New Year goals, we set goals based off of who we want to be and not who we currently are. You got to have a gut check. This is something I had to do with myself the other day. It's like, hey sis, you ain't who you think you are. Newsflash, I'm not who I think I am either, okay? So when you break it down like that, I was like, ooh, harsh, but okay. Now we can get down to the root of it. Like, this is a conversation I was having with one of my counseling clients a few weeks ago, because she keeps setting these high goals, and I had to tell her, you ain't there. If you have not been working out consistently 5 times a week this year, why do you all of a sudden think that because the calendar year has turned over, you're going to go to the gym 5 times? No, be realistic, be for real. Set yourself up for a win. Commit to 2 days. Okay? That first month, you did 2 days, all of January. That's a win. Now you have momentum. When we get to February, let's do 3 days. Set yourself up for a win, and understand that sometimes we set goals for this person that we would like to be. However, if you're not that person yet, the Lord still got to renew you. You know what I mean? He's still working on you. Then you just got to break that goal down a little bit and be realistic about, okay, but what can I do right now? Because the other issue is, sorry, y'all, we're going way deeper now, but the other issue is You don't believe yourself. You're a liar. And this is something I had to tell myself as well. We set these goals, but because you haven't shown up for yourself, you haven't committed to yourself. And when I say show up for yourself and commit to yourself, I don't mean it in a worldly way. I don't mean it in a do what feels right. No, because sometimes doing what feels right can lead you to hell. Just because something feels right don't mean that it's right, okay? I mean it in a self-care way, from a health standpoint, like take care of yourself, be healthy. And when I say be healthy, I'm not saying have a tiny waist and a big fat juicy booty, okay? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about healthy blood markers, hydration, nutrition, eating enough food. That's what I'm talking about, right? So you gotta believe in yourself, and the best way to believe in yourself is you have to set commitments, just basic things. Maybe it's, hey, I'm gonna walk. Hey, I'm gonna make sure I have 64 ounces of water every single day. I'm gonna make sure I'm in bed by 10 p.m. When you start off with those things, so essentially what you're doing is you're habit stacking, right? And when you habit stack and you check these things off, then eventually what will happen is you will start to believe in yourself, right? You will know, oh, okay, it's on, I'm doing these things, and then you can add on and take on more. Sorry, we went deep, we went on a tangent, don't know how we got there. Yes, Harmony. You can try, you can charge, you can provide the service. Yeah, if you don't, you'll burn out and walk out. Yeah. I'm a punk. Nah, man, we no punks. We're not punks here. Childbirth definitely proves that. And that's what I said, that like, that's why I love working with moms. So one of my clients right now, she's a mom, and she's had 1, 2, 4 kids. And I said, sweetheart, you have done the hardest thing of life. You have given birth. Ain't nothing harder than that. You can lift weights. Get off your cheeks. Get off your cheeks. Okay. And let's move. Come on. Come on. However, the home workouts are paying off, but I quit after 2 weeks. Oh, straight. Don't beat yourself up. Movement is movement. Yeah, well, and that's the other thing too. Like, movement is definitely movement. The worst movement is the movement you don't do. And I think home workouts are hard because you're home. I know for me, like whenever I'm doing like admin work, or if I'm doing homework, I have to go to a coffee shop because I'll be sitting in here, I'll be upstairs in the office or at my kitchen table, and I'm just thinking about all the other things. It's like, oh, the laundry, oh, the dog, oh, I need to do this for Marillo, oh, I need to make that appointment. So sometimes home workouts are hard. It's harder to stay focused. However, if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Gotta give yourself, you know, all right, I gotta lock in 45 minutes. You live in a neighborhood, walk, okay? Walk. You work from home, get yourself a walking pad, because the issue is your daily activity is low. You're not moving your body, right? So 10K steps, that's standard. And when you're not getting those 10K steps, and then when you are eating more, guess what happens? We put on weight. So we have to be cognizant. Like, even for me, on days where I know it's just like a low step count day, I don't need all these calories. I don't need all my normal calories. I ain't burnt nothing. And that's the other thing too, on the back end of it, when it does come to, when you seriously want to lose weight, like on the real tip, no nonsense, no BS. Like I was talking to my husband about the other day, one of the biggest issues is people don't like discomfort. People don't want to be hungry. Guess what? You can be hungry. Hunger ain't gonna hurt you. It's not. It's not. Hunger is a part of the process. Hunger lets you know that it's working. Hunger lets you know that you are in fact in a caloric deficit. Deny the flesh. And I was going to do a whole video on this, but I'll start here. I'll say it here. Food has been an issue for humans since the beginning of time. God knows that we are going to struggle with food. Amber, how do you know? Genesis 3. Don't eat off the tree of knowledge. She ate it. Didn't listen. Couldn't deny the flesh. You were curious. Esau sold his birthright for stew because he was hungry. His whole birthright gone because he couldn't handle being hungry. So this has been an issue for humans for a long time, right? So hunger is okay. You're not starving. I promise, like we have body fat on us. We have plenty of reserve. You're going to be okay. That's part of the process. You have to be in a caloric deficit. Pro tip: on days you don't move much, eat less. Yeah, but that's the other thing, Chai. Like, here's the thing. Like, we make it so much harder, and that's why I get so frustrated with fitness content and why I kind of stray away from doing it, because my fitness content is not, it's not that heavily scientific type of content. It's not that go hard bro meathead kind of content. It's very practical. Folks out here making it hard. If you're not moving a lot, you don't need to be eating a lot. Cookies and chips. Yeah, okay. So how I have been helping my husband with that, because listen, we're snackers in this house. Don't bring it in the house. Now it's different when you got kids. We don't have kids, so therefore I can't speak to that, and my heart goes out to you. You're just gonna have to have a whole new level of discipline, but don't bring it in the house. Stop making it hard on yourself. If you know your flesh is weak, okay? Prime example, Cheez-Its. My flesh is very weak. I don't bring it in my house, okay? I will bang back the whole box and not feel bad about it. I should feel bad about that. That's sinful. That's gluttony. The spirit of gluttony is all up in a box of Cheez-Its for me. So I don't bring it in my house because I know thyself. But again, that's the issue. We're not real. We're not real. We're not honest with ourselves. We think we are stronger than we are. No, baby, we are broken. We are weak, which is why we need the Lord. Okay? So because I'm aware of that, all right, I know I'm not strong enough to have Cheez-Its in my house, so I'm not bringing them in because gluttony is real. And that's like, and then once you can get real about your ish, because that's all it is. This is a conversation I have with my clients all the time. Once you get real with yourself about your ish and stop making excuses, that's when we can get down to business. Like one of my other clients, she's like, oh, I'm just having a hard time. You know, I'm baking a lot and I keep nibbling. Stop baking. Who said you had to bake? Do you have a baking business? No? Okay, well then stop baking, because you know when it's nighttime, you're exhausted. Because here's the thing, there's also psychology. So I'm also learning about a bunch of neuroscience in school. Oh my goodness, the mind is amazing. So neuroscience and theology, I went off on this in my Bible study group the other night, but the psychology, what happens is at nighttime, we are exhausted, right? Why is it that you think you can be good all day long, right? You have all the strength, you can resist, right? But then at nighttime, you're tired. When we are tired, we don't make good decisions. Let me tell y'all something. When I am tired, when I have not had enough sleep, I'm a wreck. I'm a wreck. What I've been doing this week, every day this week, I've closed my eyes for 30 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes. And I understand that's not realistic for everybody. However, I am blessed. I am able to do so because also resting is something that the Lord put on my heart. Resting is a part of worship. We are not to be busy all the time. If you're someone who was like me and you struggle with being busy, I recommend reading The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer, and paraphrasing it. Basically, Jesus was not in a hurry, so why are you? Slow down, rest. We don't need to be on all the time. We don't need to be in the mix. We don't need to be doing everything. Like, no. But anywho, where was I going with that? I lost my train of thought. Think. Baking, slowing down. I don't know. I said all of that to say, though, just you got to be real with yourself. You got to know yourself. You got to know your strengths. You got to know your weaknesses. You got to know what you can and what you can't do. And when you are aware of that, it will set you up in a position to not resting. Okay, yes, thank you. What happens is at nighttime, we are so exhausted. Our minds are so fatigued that we can no longer make good decisions. What's the name of the Ruthless Elimination of Hurry? How can I, hold on, wait a second. I could put it in the chat. Yeah, so we're fatigued. And when we are fatigued, we make bad decisions. And when we make bad decisions and when we're tired, most of the time when we're tired, now we want to cope, right? We need that coping mechanism. So that coping mechanism is typically something that's going to give us dopamine. So it might be scrolling, doom scrolling. It might be drinking wine. It might be ice cream. It might be chips. It might be Cheez-Its. You see what I'm saying? So you got to know thyself, right? And you got to set yourself up. So therefore, you know when that time of day is coming, you already know what you're eating. You already got it planned out. Don't even rationalize or argue with yourself. Do you have an affiliate link in the chat? Oh yeah, I can get you one. Thanks, Chai. I appreciate you, girl. When I was in my first studio and I think I was getting ready to start prep for a competition. I think I was getting ready to start prep or I had started. I can't remember, but either who. Anyway, I noticed that my biggest struggle was when, hold on, y'all, my brain, hold on. One thing at a time, AP. One thing at a time. My biggest struggle was on the way home because I was exhausted from the day. And that's the other thing too. When you are a service provider, sometimes what we don't realize is like we have to be on. We got to be on. So I'm servicing people. It's a lot of energy. Like the job some days isn't physically demanding, but just like the mental and the emotional aspect of it, just depending on who's in my chair. Because let me tell you something, some spirits are heavier than others. There have been days where I've had 2 clients and I was just dirt dog tired because of the person. But I realized whenever I got home, I would just reach for whatever I could. So what I did was I knew that, wait a second, I'm doing this because I am exhausted and I am trying to cope. So on my way home, I had me a little snack. So I'd eat my snack on the way home. And then once I got home, I wasn't reaching for no chips and salsa and guac. You feel me? Know yourself. You got to know yourself. So, because emotional eating is real, especially for us women, it is so real. And so, something that I have a client do when they're struggling with emotional eating is I'll say you have to learn to catch yourself. And this is something that I've been working with as well, like calm your own storm. This is the key. You gotta learn how to calm your own storm. I was talking about this on my Instagram story. What do I mean? All right, so is it Matthew 6? I want to say Matthew 6. Don't quote me. Don't know the exact addy, but it's in there. Read your word, okay? It's when the disciples are in the boat with Jesus and there's a storm. The disciples are freaking out. They're like, Jesus, wake up. There's a storm. And Jesus is like, y'all got to chill. What you tripping out for? What does Jesus say to the storm? Quiet. Be still. So when I have a storm, a mental storm, what do? I have learned I have to calm my own storm. Quiet. Silence the noise. Be still. That's my tactic, all right? That's my tactic. That's what I do. So when you learn to quiet your own storm, when you start having these thoughts, oh, I want to eat. No, stop. And just be still for a moment, okay? Be still. Say a quick prayer. Call out to the Lord. And then ask yourself, why do I want to eat this right now? Why do I want to eat this right now? And is this going to help me stay on track to hit my goal? I guarantee if you can just stop, be still for a moment, Lord help me, and ask yourself those 2 questions, I would almost bet money that you would not eat it. Because what happens is we are on these emotional highs and the storms are coming. But when you can just stop it and say, be still and ask the Lord for help and ask yourself those questions, it's going to make you think about it. I had to change my relationship with food. It's fuel. I look at what the food will provide. And that's how I do it. Like, that's food is fuel. When you can switch your mindset, this is something I'm working on my mama with, y'all. It's hard. But food is literally fuel. We food like we don't need food for pleasure. If we can get off of the mindset, and this is hard, especially for us Black Southern folks. Oh, like one time I told my mom's like, girl, you don't got to put fat back in the greens. I know she was probably thinking dishonor to all your ancestors, but I was like, you don't have to put fat back in the greens. Our ancestors did that. You know why? Because they was burning calories that we do not burn on a regular basis. Okay, even me as a bodybuilder, when I'm doing 45 minutes of cardio in an hour of training or 45 minutes of training, I am not burning the same amount of calories that my ancestors were burning when they were out here in these fields, okay? So that's why they could eat the fat back. They needed the calories. That's why they could eat the pig feet. That's why they could do all those things. We don't have to do that anymore. To God be the glory. Now, here's the thing. Holidays, okay. Occasion, all right. But just like on a weekly basis, no, sis, like we have to change our mindset when it comes to the food. We got to change it. No, we're not eating for pleasure. If you can get off of eating for pleasure and understanding that I need this food for my body to function properly. And also something else that you need to be mindful of. A lot of women think that walking around and bloat in a distended gut is normal. Sweetheart, bloat is not normal and that's not your portion. That means you were eating something that your body does not like and your body is hollering at you. It's like, hey homie, we don't like this. That's not normal. Constant bloat, constipation, those things are not normal. So we need to take inventory on how we feel when we eat certain foods. I tell people all day long, I don't care how healthy something is. If you can't digest it, don't eat it. A lot of people like to demonize it. Oh, dairy's bad for you. Don't eat it. It's bad for you if you can't digest it. Yeah, it's an inflammatory food. Yeah. However, some folks is gonna hit differently. Some folks is gonna hit differently. Me, I'm a lactose intolerant girl, so I don't fool around with it. Now, when it comes to cheesecake, I'm gonna take my chances. I'm gonna have my Lactaid, but that's not an every week thing, okay? That might be like a twice a year, maybe 3 times a year type deal. Another example, eggs. I don't care. I can organic egg whites. I've gotten eggs from my clients who has chickens. I cannot digest eggs. I will be on the floor in pain, okay? So therefore, I do not eat eggs because I will be bloated and I will feel like I have food poisoning. So be mindful of how you feel when you eat certain foods. If you notice after you eat something, it upsets your stomach, you're bloated, sis, that ain't a food for you. I don't care what Pinterest said. I don't care what the little girl on TikTok or Instagram said. Forget all that noise. If you can't digest it, you don't eat it. Because that's where a lot of people go wrong. It's like, oh, well, what's your meal plan? What are you eating? Here's the thing, and I tell people this all the time. Gas ain't good. I tell people this all the time. I could give you my exact meal plan down to the macros and the calories, but here's the thing, you ain't gonna look like me. I can eat the exact same thing that you're eating, all the way down to the calories and the macros. I'm not gonna look like you. I have biohacked. I know what my body likes. So therefore, I eat for my body. How did I do it? I had to learn it. Trial and error. You don't know until you start trying things. And when you try things, give it a week. You have to give it time. That's the other thing too. The biggest issue with people, especially when it comes to weight loss and health and fitness, folks want to Amazon Prime their bodies. Y'all, I understand we live in a world of instant gratification and it is tearing us up and ripping our edges out. No, ma'am. You cannot Amazon Prime your body, your health, or fitness. It is going to take time. And also, hear me, go ahead and fix your mind on this. It's going to take longer than what you want. Okay? So get in that. Know that. Understand that. Might be some suffering. That's okay. Jesus suffered. You'll be all right. You'll be just fine. But if you can wrap around your head that, hey, I'm on this journey, which is why it's called a journey, it's going to take way longer than what I would like. It's going to be hard. But guess what? I'm going to still be consistent because that's how you hit the goal. If you quit, you won't hit the goal. You will hit the goal. You might not hit it when you want in the timing that you want. However, if you can maintain consistency, you will get there. So if you can switch your mindset to stop focusing on, oh, when I see this number on the scale, because newsflash, that number that you think you want to be is not going to be the number. So go ahead and get that out your head. Oh, if I can just get into this pair of jeans that I have in my closet. First of all, why do you have a pair of jeans in your closet that you can't wear? That's not good for your psyche. Get rid of it, okay? Like stop doing that to you because you're playing yourself and you're torturing yourself. Then you end up feeling bad about yourself. Now you're sad. Now you want something to cope. Then you just repeat the cycle. You drink the wine, you eat the chips, you do the guac, you do all those things. You feel me? It's like, no. Be realistic and be consistent. Change and that's it. It's a lifestyle change, and that's the issue. A lot of people, like my best friend, when I was helping her lose some weight a couple years ago, I picked up the phone. I said, hello. She said, heifer, you didn't tell me in order for me to stay in weight, I gotta keep doing all this stuff. Stay in shape, I have to keep doing all this stuff. I was like, yeah, that's the thing. It is a lifestyle. It's not going to be, oh, I've arrived at this destination. No, like even for me, who like I've been bodybuilding for 7 years, professional bodybuilder. And even me now, like I have specific goals or just other things that I have to work on because guess what? As we progress in life, our bodies change. So I'm working more so on flexibility, mobility, making sure I'm getting body work because it is a lifestyle. And as you progress in life, you have to adjust. And the best way, I personally believe, when it comes to just exercising and training, you got to find a thing that you're going to stick to, okay? Here's the thing. If you want to put on legit solid muscle, you got to lift a weight, all right? That there's no way around it. I know we have all the Pilates princesses. That's all cute. I didn't get jacked off of Pilates. I got jacked off of lifting weights consistently over time, okay? So yes, do your Pilates. I think that's fantastic. Yes, do your Zumba. I love that. Yes, do your walks. Yes, run. But in order to get muscle, you have to pick heavy things up and you have to put them down. That's just what it is. I get so sick of people selling these girls these dreams. And here's the other thing too, like everybody ain't meant to be a 0. Everybody ain't meant to be a 6. All right. There is something, and this is why I hate BMI, because technically the BMI would probably tell me that I'm obese. I'm 5'8", and right now I weigh 155 pounds. If you saw me, you would not think I weighed 155 pounds, right? So my weight, I'm bloated right now, okay? My weight is up, but like I'm always between like a 150 and 155. That's my normal walk around, right? But like I have lines, all right? I have muscle. That's why the scale is what it is. And no, muscle does not weigh more than body fat, all right? A pound is a pound. Now, the pounds don't change because we're weighing muscle. No, a pound is a pound. But what you have to understand is muscle looks different than body fat. In order to get muscle, you gotta lift the weights. Nothing pains my soul when someone is trying to lose weight and they're losing weight, right? And all they do is cardio. And then they just look like a shriveled up raisin. It's sad. It's sad. It's like, so you lose all that weight and then you just look shriveled up and unwell. It's like because you don't have anything pressing up against the skin. Like that's how you get those good glutes, right? It's just kind of like, oh, how you get glutes? It's like, okay, well, you grow the muscle, so therefore the muscle presses up against the skin, and then you get a little bit of body fat on that thing, and it's up and it's stuck. You feel me? So that's how you get the muscle. That's how you build the muscle, but you got to be consistent with it, and it's not always fun. Yes, it hurts. But then also, let's just remove the aesthetics away from it, especially as we progress in life. Muscle mass, your bone density, like you want to make sure your body is strong. God forbid you have a fall. God forbid. If you are working out, if you have some muscle, you are going to set yourself up for success in the long run. God forbid you do have a fall, right? Like you don't want to sneeze and throw your back out because your core is weak. Those aren't things that we want. Muscle mass, tone, and bone strength. Yes, that's what I need to do now. If I focus on muscle building. Yes, focus on muscle building, y'all. And here's the thing, like even if you're working out from home, listen, get you some 10 and 15-pound dumb weights, okay? I am so sick of seeing women working out at home with 3-pound dumb weights. Like that's not doing nothing. Okay, now it's different if you have it for like physical therapy because you're trying to recover from an injury. I'm talking about ain't nothing wrong with you and you sitting at home lifting a 3-pound dumbbell. I'm just like, man, your glass of wine weighs more than that. Please stop playing with yourself. All right, get you some dumbbells. All right, you can do a shoulder workout for 30 minutes with 10 to 15-pound dumbbells, and you are going to see progress if you maintain consistency. I guarantee in 90 days, you're going to see something. All right. It might not be what you want to see, but you're going to see something. And we have to stop measuring our progress off of the scale. How do you feel? That's the first indicator. How do you feel? How are your clothes fitting? Because sometimes the scale doesn't budge. The number doesn't budge because what can happen is you can get a body recomp, right? And so the scale might even go up or it might be stuck, but all of a sudden your body starts to look different. It's a body recomposition. Guess what? You're shape shifting. We're getting some muscle. Things are changing. That's good too. Yes. And listen, being stressed and hair loss, that is such a thing for women. Whenever we're stressed, the first things that go to the pit are our hair and our skin. I hate that for us. I hate it. Lost weight, my butt was flaccid. Not a flaccid butt, no. My body is solid from walking, dumbbells, and squat. Listen, it's going to do it to you. Can I get that shoulder workout plan? I will come to you. Lori, I told you I will gladly train you. Happily train you. Okay? You let me know and I got you. No problem. Happy to do it. 15, 20-pound weights and kettlebells. Absolutely. You can do, man, you can do work. You can do so much work with that. And that's the other thing too. It's like and then we really have no excuses because listen, too much of a good thing is too much. I do believe that, but there's so much stuff on the internet. You get on YouTube and you Google upper body workout at home, you gonna find something. I promise you. You're going to find something. Now, if it's good, if it makes sense, that's a whole nother topic for another day. However, when you're a beginner, you don't have to worry about all the minutia. Like me, like I know stuff. So a lot of stuff I seem like that's minutia. Like even for me, how I work out is very practical. I don't do a lot of the things that these bodybuilders do just simply because my body wasn't built on that. My body wasn't built on silly stuff. My body was built on basics. The stuff that Arnold and them was doing back in the day, that's what my physique was built on. Not this new Instagram trend, TikTok, so the basics. Always roll with the basics. A good squat. Squat's always gonna get you where you need to be. A good press. Press is always gonna get you where you need to be. I want your booty, baby. It's so funny. The other day I was in the kitchen. My mom looks at me. She goes, how do you get your butt to just be up and out like that? I said, well, I've gained a little bit of weight. And she touched it. She's like, it's hard as a rock. A lot of work, a lot of hip thrust. A lot of hip thrust. Hip hinging, oh my goodness. I hate them, but they work. Hip thrusting, that's an advanced technique because form is everything. However, once you can work up and you can get it going, it's good. It's good. Hip thrusting and squatting, split squats, love those for lower bodies. Right now, I'm focusing on filling out my legs a little bit more because like I said, I'm 5'8". So I put on muscle fairly well, but because I am so tall, like my limbs are just very long. So to put the muscle on, I gotta, do a little bit more, but I'll watch you work out when you vlog. Oh, thank you. But I'm going to be working on filling out my legs a little bit more. So just getting a little bit more muscle on my quads. I don't want any more muscle on my glutes if I'm going to keep it a buck. Not too much on that. I'm good. I'm good on that. But we've been on for a hot minute. And y'all are still rocking with your girl. Okay, well, I'm tired. I'm sad that I have to go wash this cute little face off. I still can't get over how good that black eyeshadow is. Thank you for hanging out. All of that information, all y'all's feedback, appreciate every bit of it. I am going to make sure that I implement it going into 2026. I want to encourage y'all for 2026 when you are setting your goals. First of all, check in with God first, because that's something that, that's something that I messed up a lot, especially when it came to just like business planning. Check in with God first. God, what you want me to do? Where are we going? And then after that, you present your plans to the Lord and let him establish it. Let him do what it do. And you got to be okay with, hey, Lord, I'm presenting my plan, my desire to you. However, if you're going to change it, that's cool, because I'm going to roll with you no matter what. That's something that I've had to really, really, really just get on track with, because a lot of the issues that I know I went through and that other people go through is you're trying to make this thing work and you're banging your head up against the wall and it's not working. It might not be working because maybe it's timing. It might not be working because maybe there's sin. Maybe there's something you need to work out in your heart. Or it might not be working because you might not be in alignment with what it is that he wants you to be doing. And so if you're not in alignment, it ain't gonna ever work. And so we all love the plans. What is it? We all love Jeremiah. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for you to be prosperous. But the thing about that is we love that verse, but it hits different when you realize that your plan ain't his plan. So what you gonna do now? Are you gonna keep trying to be Lord over your own life? Either Jesus is Lord or he's not. Period. There's no gray area. Control is an idol. And a lot of us don't realize it. It's a sneaky little idol. Sneaky little idol, right? And so we want control over our lives, over our children, our husbands, our families. You are not in control of anything, sweet cheeks. Nothing. Once you can wrap your head around that, and once you can truly surrender to the Lord, you will get that peace that surpasses your own understanding. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because I still struggle. I'm still wrestling with the Lord, but I also believe that, hey, Jacob wrestled with the Lord and he got blessed. So if you're wrestling with the Lord, you're in a good position. That means y'all in communication. Because when you're not wrestling, when you're not communicating with him, that's when we got some problems. But whatever those plans are, whatever those goals are, whatever those desires are, present those to him. Lord, if it's your will, what's it say in the Lord's Prayer? Thy kingdom come, your will be done. Not Amber's will. Thy kingdom come, your will be done. We miss that part, right? We miss it hard because we get so hooked on what I want. God's will. So, I love y'all. Father God, thank you so much for this beautiful community, Lord. I hope that everyone that is here, that's listening to the sound of my voice, Lord, I hope that they have peace. I hope that they have love and that they feel comforted by you because you are omnipresent. You are Elroy. You see everything, Lord. If anyone's just been having a hard time this year, this holiday season, Lord, I just hope and pray that they can find peace and love and joy and just rest in you. They don't have to rest in the world. They don't have to rest in anything else. They don't have to show up to these worldly things, Lord. I just hope that they just realize that them presenting themselves to you is enough. We can't earn our salvation. Your grace is sufficient for us, Lord. And I just hope and pray that going into the new year, they can have a clear mind, they can have a light heart, and that they can just lean on you and not be fearful no matter what is going on in the world, no matter what the news says, no matter what the internet says. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, you are Lord of Lord, you are King of King, you are sovereign, you are in control, and you're going to take care of us because you are the provider. I thank you for everything that you are going to be doing for us, and we are living and expected for nothing but goodness and blessings. In your name, we pray. Amen. All right. I love y'all. I'm exhausted now. I love y'all. I'm probably going to come back tomorrow night. Well, it won't be, the party starts at 7, so it'll probably be like, because I want to chit chat, probably be like around 3, maybe 3, doing a little makeup look for the party, I don't know what I'm wearing, but I'll figure that out. All right, I love y'all. Good night. Not shouting. Not you shouting, sis. You felt that in your shondo, huh? I love y'all. All right. Have a good night, y'all.